Man, we are only a month away from Snow White. Holy crap, man. I've been talking about this for well over a year at this point in time, and I cannot believe it's almost arrived. Okay, we've been through delays, we've been through reshoots, we've been through how many different Rachel Zegler interviews, and it's wild, right? Which I would imagine probably with Captain Black Falcon America Man's promotional tours winding down, especially when we start to really dig into the financials and all of those unsavory box office results finally do start to come to light. Perhaps Disney will start to pivot their promotional machine to this disaster that's on the horizon, because apparently everybody knew Brave New World was going to suck, so that's why it's underperforming. Don't worry about it at all. So they're going to go to another movie that was extensively reshot, where the budget has absolutely ballooned, and they're going to try to salvage as much as they possibly can. And well, there's the general likability of Anthony Mackie and the legacy brand that is Harrison Ford. What exactly does Snow White have? A lot of toxicity around it, because there is nothing going for this film, okay? Like, ever since it was announced, and from the moment that Peter Dinklage cost a bunch of dwarf actors a very lucrative paycheck, this film was doomed. And then you cast Snow Brown with the biggest case of entitlement I have ever seen. Like, I've been around some solipsistic women before, okay? Well, that's redundant. Never once have I seen anybody act as badly as Rachel Zegler consistently. Right? Like, you thought maybe she would shut up after she was just super contrite in that Variety interview alongside Halle Bailey, as they were, two Disney princesses, just being really contrite about the failing of their films, and Rachel Zegler sounding like, oh yeah, it's just about the most demure that you were ever going to hear from her. It's like, yeah, it's just such a big honor to be here. And no, I don't want to get hit again. Please, I'll just say what's on the card. Don't hit me again. You really would have thought that she might have learned a lesson. But then after that fateful day in November at the tail end of last year, her coming out and saying that I wish nothing but never-ending suffering and pain on Trump supporters, it's like, yeah, we kind of know that you are just gonna suck. So for as much as Disney needs to promote this film in order to recoup any long-term damage that it does, I'll just be interested to see if we ever see Rachel Zegler. If this is gonna end up being like Ezra Miller on the promotion circuit for The Flash in 23, I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be the case with Rachel here, heading out ahead of Snow White. But yeah, as you can see, the public, no bueno. They don't want this shit at all whatsoever, man. If they're going to watch Snow White, it's going to be the original animated classic, not this abomination. Snow White's brand new trailer. Yeah, it's got a similar response. I know, big shock, right? But this time around, okay, like the last one that came out, the teaser, it's so wild how there's been just such a big gap when it comes to releases and promoting this film. But you had the most recent one that came out just stealthily on Christmas Day, of Rachel just warbling over the top of a brand new I'm a Girl Boss, Hear Me Roar, whatever original song that they have cooked up for this piece of shit. And that still got ratioed, but it overall just received a very minimal amount of attention. It's just so totally wild how you can release a film on a channel that has how many million followers. Well, we'll see, because we got to take a look at this trailer as well, and the fact that it's getting totally ratioed. But yeah, Rachel, she can kind of sing in so much as it's like back during the heyday of like the early to mid 2000s, when you had all of those talent shows on TV like American Idol, X Factor. I know The Voice is still kicking around, but America's Got Talent and all that stuff. She can sing about as well as anybody that would turn up for one of those auditions and make it into the top 5 of the contestants or shit like that. Like, she's just, her entitlement and her overall demeanor really does seem like a relic of a bygone age. Like, at least at this point in time, you just get really dumb creatives doing atrocious things to actors that people will generally, I've seen them, they've been good in this, but I guess they were just saddled with bad material. But this time around, it's like, no, Rachel's just toxic, terrible, not talented at all. Nobody's giving this bitch the benefit of the doubt, because she doesn't really deserve it, okay? And it's reflecting incredibly poorly on what will likely be, even though I wouldn't be shocked if Marvel just decides to go, hey, you know what, we're casting for a brand new Psylocke or somebody for the X-Men, okay? We need a new Rogue, and you know what? It's going to be Rachel Zegler. Oh my God, if that happened, if I just inadvertently wished that into existence, I guess it's good for like a, you know, job security perspective, but oh God, it's so stupid it could totally happen, right? But I would imagine it's like when we eventually see how bad this film is going to perform, because we've got the projections right now, and if we're being completely honest about Captain America, like they're underperforming those projections wildly. Oh wow, we just magically made $100 million on the nose over on the opening weekend, barely exceeding expectations. Like, just stop it. I believe that about as much as you guys saying that you only spent $180 million on that film. It's going to be the exact same slug line for this. Oh yeah, no, we didn't reshoot this, and re-edit it time and time again. No, Snow White, we always had this vision in mind. It was a totally smooth production. We just had a couple of pickup shots. Don't worry about it. It didn't cost, $300, $400, $500 million. No, that's not the case at all. The CGI heavy slop fest. No, of course not. No, that wasn't the case. That's why when it makes $200 million in its box office run, it's not going to be a flop. See, it made back its production budget. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. Disney's live-action Snow White remake continues to face relentless criticism, justifiably so. And its latest teaser trailer, released over the weekend, has fueled the fire. The newest teaser earned 1.7 million views, but was met with an overwhelming negativity, garnering only 5,300 likes compared to a staggering 81,000 dislikes. The trend of massive dislike ratios has plagued every piece of promotional material for the film, signaling a potential box office catastrophe when it hits theaters March 21st, 2025. And goddamn it, man, every time that I see something this atrocious, it's tempting me. This one's really calling me to go to the theaters and just really get all of that Snow White goodness. But this is not. It's not necessarily fair, right? Okay, because you've got this within the first, couple of days of release, and normally you release something on a channel that has nearly 6 million subscribers. How could you possibly say anything was a stealth release? But until people started to go, oh yeah, the new Snow White teaser trailer is getting ratioed, nobody heard about it at all whatsoever. And so now I can tell you right now, at the release of the brand new teaser trailer, the thumbs up really, your likes haven't really gone up all that much, but 104,000 dislikes. I mean, exponential growth, like another 200 likes in an additional day, 1.7 million views, 104,000 dislikes. That is, wow, man. That I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you other than, the CGI looks really bad. Okay. Gal Gadot as, the evil queen. I mean, obviously everybody's like, no, how could I possibly think, somebody that looks like this would be jealous of, that's blurry. I'm not exactly doing her justice. Oh, I find it funny in this teaser trailer that they actually have her doing work now, but, that's while she's with her evil stepmothers, right? Lord Farquaad here. Why would the Israeli beauty queen be worried about a Jersey 6? Yeah, I don't really think so, bro. But like it says here, box office projections are already sounding the alarm. Industry tracker Quorum forecasts a domestic box office weekend of $63 to $70 million, with some estimates landing around $65 million. And no, at that point in time, it doesn't have the benefit of a long weekend or anything like that. So yeah, you're going to be your 3-day. There's no way to spread this failure out for an additional while. And I'm not entirely sure the release schedule, but as for a big Disney tentpole film, nothing's really coming around. I can't remember when that Lilo and Stitch comes out, but that might be April, but you have Thunderbolts in May, but like Disney's just going to have to wear this failure and Captain Black Falcon. Like the first quarter of their year are just 2 back-to-back flops of similar production and similar production. And so now we're starting to get news of the reshoots, kind of like we had with Captain Black Falcon America, man, where, people were removed, people's roles were minimized. We brought in somebody else. We had Giancarlo Esposito show up and do his Gus Fring thing for like 3 scenes, and then we just shuffled him off. It's like, thanks, Grand Moff Gus. It was so great to see you once again. We'll get around to you when we start to do more pickups for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Don't worry about that. Don't call us. We'll call you. We'll bring you back for, I don't know, man. Maybe you'll be in Secret Wars or some shit like that, or you'll just get some residuals for it. It just, the check's in the mail. Thanks for turning out. I don't know, does Disney get a stipend for hiring so many geriatrics? But I digress. We got some new scuttle behind the scenes when it comes to reshoots or re-edits or responses to this, because a Disney slashes screen time for Rachel Zegler. Oh, great. For your Snow White movie, you're diminishing the role of, let me check, Snow White. Great stuff. Yeah, amid a mounting backlash against the film's A Troubled Star. Live-action Snow White remake starring Rachel Zegler, inches closer. Yes, before it is eventually released upon the world, March 21st. A new analysis from That Park Place contributor Vash Sky reveals the studio is significantly reducing lead actress Rachel Zegler's presence in promotional materials. A comparison, the December 3rd trailer and the February 14th trailer shows Zegler's screen time was nearly cut in half, a move that appears to reflect Disney's response to the overwhelming negativity surrounding the film's Troubled Star. And yeah, we've also heard during one of the rounds of reshoots or re-edits or whatever, there was an even younger Snow White brought in to add more exposition for her backstory, and they're focusing a not insignificant amount of time on that. But it's like, at this point in time, I don't know, man, you should probably just shit can the film. Okay, in the December trailer, which runs at 2 minutes 24 seconds, Zegler is featured for 68 seconds, making up 47.22% of the trailer's total runtime. However, the most recent trailer, which is 60 seconds long, Zegler's screen time plummeted to 17 seconds. Really? Wow. Because this one's, yeah, it's only a minute, and well, she's very much a part of it, and they're going through what? Okay, so there's your young Snow White. So she's still very much a part of the film. Okay, so even if it's, not her specifically on the screen, you got the evil queen talking to the mirror, and it's still referencing Snow White, and yeah, she's there. Okay, she's there with what, the love interest that's not going to come in and save her, and she's eventually going to have to save him because he gets captured by the evil queen, and who demands that Snow White, you must live because I need to rule the kingdom. I need for you to live because the mirror says that you are the fairest of them all. Rachel, no, give me the apple. I need the apple. God damn it, man. Like, for as bad as Rachel is, like, she's just an unremarkably poor actress. But Gal Gadot, man, like, yeah, people think that she's hot, and 10 years ago I would have shared a similar sentiment, but she's always been an ass actress. Holy Christ. Like, there's nothing to root for in this film. Like, CGI slop, and this? Like, what's the selling feature in this movie? What's the selling point? What's gonna put butts in seats? But yeah, man, you can go ahead and you can pick apart the amount of screen time that she gets in the trailer. I just think it's going to be interesting, because that's obviously pointing to there's going to be multiple Snow White and Rachel Zegler posts. Yeah, I just really want I echo Ethel Cain's sentiments more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. Yeah, that's what she said. That was an Instagram post. That was right after the election. It was a part of a multi-part mental breakdown that she had, but it'll be interesting because Disney knows the type of caustic actress that they have on their hands. I think, you can take a look at how much she's in those trailers, but when this film's promotion cycle really kicks into the next gear, how much is she going to be out there on the stroll? Or even how much promotion they do for this film in general, because as far as I know, there was no Super Bowl promotion. There was no after Super Bowl glow that Disney was trying to use in order to push this film. They've been awfully quiet on it, and well, it's the next big blip on their calendar. What are they going to do with it? It's going to be fun to watch. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.